Hello people, and welcome back to a 500 subscriber special. Today I just wanted to say thank you to you all for hitting that milestone. It is just crazy. I never thought 500 people would want to watch this crap, but there you go. It is really just a whole bunch of madness. The first episode of the build guide is up to over 3,000 views now, and the how to start your city video is at like 14,500. So a huge thank you for all your support on the channel. It really does mean a lot, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos. Anyway, today I thought it would be fun to get a conversation going and get us all hyped for Cities Skylines 2, which we're pretty sure is going to be announced this year. Whether it's released this year could be a different question, but we're expecting an announcement. These are going to be my top 5 wishes for what Cities Skylines 2 should be. And I also want to hear your guys' suggestions and thoughts and feelings on Cities Skylines 2 as well. Get down in the comments, let's get a little conversation going, let's get hyped for the game as a little celebration for 500 subs. And yeah, let me know what you think of my suggestions as well. But let's go ahead and dive in, starting out with number 5. Number 5. ZONEABLE DEATHCARE and LANDFILL. So this might not be the most thought of addition to the sequel, but I would love to see it. If you take a look at any kind of cemetery or crematorium within a town or a city, you know, they're pretty big. What we have in Cities Skylines at the moment is a really small tile, and it's just a little bit unimpressive. Like if we take a look at this one here in my hometown, like look how big this thing is. It has multiple paths flowing through it. There's little kind of gardens and fountains within it. There's lots of different types of headstone and kind of little crypts and stuff. Little like memorial statues and churches within the middle. It'd be really cool to have all the assets to create something like this. I would implement this exactly how they implemented the Park Life DLC, painting out an area and having a bunch of assets to place within that area to contribute to the number of the dead that the cemetery can hold. It would also be nice to see funeral processions taking place randomly within them, kind of like how people graduate in your campus districts. And also, why does the mayor have to manually empty the cemetery? Does this happen anywhere in the world? And also, taking a look at something like the Arlington National Cemetery in America, like building a cemetery of a little more significance, like a war memorial like these guys have over here. You know, you have all these real recognizable white headstones that are perfectly in a row, and you can see how large this one spans. You know, there's also, I'll leave a link in the description to some of the biggest graveyards in the world. There are a whole host of them here, some of them get ridiculously big. Go ahead and check it out, like the Wadi al-Salam Cemetery in Iraq. This thing is just crazy, crazy big. And maybe not to this scale, this might be a little bit overkill for Cities Skylines. But hope you guys can get the idea of having more customizable deathcare within the city. It would be a great thing in my opinion. And if we touch on the landfill aspect for a moment as well, like take a look at the size of this place. This is one of the biggest landfill sites in the world, the Bantar Gebang and Baksai City in Jakarta. Like just look at the size of this thing. Like imagine just being able to paint out an area of landfill within your city, similar again exactly how we paint districts and campus areas right now, rather than just kind of using the garbage dumps that we have in the city at the moment, which again are pretty much similar to the cemeteries that we use. Number 4. Node manipulation. So this has already been achieved with the mod Move It on the PC, and the difference it makes to our city is just absolutely crazy. The ability to pick up and move and elevate the snap nodes that we use to construct the crucial infrastructure of our cities has to be in Cities Skylines 2 in my opinion, and I hope that the devs take Move It and can successfully implement it into the game's engine without causing too many bugs or glitches. If you haven't seen the mod in action, go and check out content creators like Fluxtrance, Zardas and Sam Burr and see how they use it to make these perfectly symmetrical highways, complex road networks, crazy detailed downtowns and beautiful looking multi-layered interchanges. It is definitely a game changer and a must for Cities Skylines 2. I'll leave a link to all 3 of those YouTubers' channels in the descriptions below. If you haven't seen it, please go and check them out. Number 3. Modular blocks for important buildings. Being able to create a huge dedicated complexes and facilities for our facility buildings would be really cool. Let's take the hospital for example. At the moment the hospital is just a hospital, but being able to take and expand this and then adding on maybe a physiotherapy wing, an oncology centre, a rehab building, cardiology, intensive care, burn units that become busy after a fire in the city, and linking all these individual units together to level up a hospital centre, combining it with maybe a campus to make a university hospital, linking them all together with paths and parks for the patients to walk around and see these medical centres really come to life. And you can apply this theory with all different service buildings as well, exactly like how we have in our city here, Beguzia, the city's Skylines build guide, where we placed a whole bunch of medical buildings to try and make a dedicated centre for medicine within the city, and also over on the prison island using kind of warehouses, office zoning, helicopter, police helicopter depots and the prison itself, just to make a real focused kind of dedicated centre for that particular facility. Number 2, multiplayer. Plain and simple, being able to co-op build a massive multiplayer landscape with a friend to create a true metropolis sprawling for miles, or just messing with them and dumping raw sewage into the new central park that you just built. Not only from a fun gameplay perspective, but from a community one as well. YouTube is being able to build with their subscribers, providing tips and tricks in real life, together in a real city. Paradox hosting community events with players, being able to play and build with the developers, and contest and competition events, such as a map split in half by a river and the first player to hit a certain milestone would win. Anything really. I think multiplayer would be a really great addition to see in the sequel. Number 1. Creating a country, globe or continent. Now I have very limited knowledge of game development and the technicalities that come with it, but I would imagine that this would be very hard to achieve, but hopefully not impossible. So imagine creating your own city, but on a much larger scale. Huge maps, oceans between land masses, engaging in diplomacy with other AI controlled city-states, trading with them, placing embargoes, having to deal with immigration and disease control, similar to what's happening in real life now with the coronavirus. Really looking to flesh out the management aspect of the game as much as the city building aspect. Obviously this might not be for everyone, so maybe it could become its own game mode separate from just loading up a map and building your heart out. We know that Paradox can't implement this kind of system with the release of Hearts of Iron 4 in 2016, a World War II grand strategy game. That game has more than 11,000 land, sea and air provinces. It is crazy, and it's super popular with the fans. Seriously, go and check out a review of Hearts of Iron 4 if you haven't seen it already. The game is disgustingly detailed and definitely something to think about adding into Cities Skylines 2. So guys, that is going to wrap up my thoughts on what I think Cities Skylines 2 should be like. Please let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the description below. I'm really keen to see what you guys think of it as well. I hope you enjoyed this. It's the first time I've ever edited together a video like this, so apologies if it's a little bit kind of choppy and amateurish. Hopefully we can get better with time if we do any more of these. Thank you so much again for 500 subscribers. I cannot just put it into words. I never ever thought I would hit that number, and it really means a lot that you guys are enjoying the content as much as you are. Welcome to all the new people. Please don't be strangers. Pop yourself in the comments, hang out for some of the live streams sometimes. It really is fun to talk to you guys and help build this city here that we're looking at together. But yeah, otherwise guys, I'll leave you alone. Thank you so much for watching and thanks for all the support. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.